I can't believe this day has finally arrived. I am so excited to finally be standing in this townhouse, ready to crack on with our renovation. This is completely down to the wire. This morning is the first time that I've had access to the property since the owner moved out on the weekend. And my building team are due to start in an hour. We're going to start bashing out walls, ripping out carpets, just doing our thing. So this really is down to the wire. I'm going to do a quick whip around the property to give you guys an idea of the before. You really have to take it with a pinch of salt though. It is old. This property was built in 1972. It's a part of a cluster of townhouses. It was built in 1972. And I believe this property was last renovated in 1995. But when I say renovated, I think they changed the tiles in the bathroom and that was about it. So there's a lot to be done. And just to give you guys a little bit of context, I sold an apartment of mine recently in Ilovo and have bought this for my mum. So this will be for her to live in. But I still want it to be an investment property and something that appreciates in value. So we definitely don't want to overcapitalize, on what we do. So I suppose you could say, in a way, this is a budget renovation. We're not cutting corners by any means, but given the value of the property and the purchase price we paid, you can't go and spend, what you paid on the property, or you're going to be completely overcapitalizing and left with something that you're going to sell at a loss one day if you ever want to sell. So I'm going to hopefully take you guys on a journey of how to add value to your home or to a small space, an investment space, little decisions and tips and tricks and things that we're going to implement that have a big impact but don't break the bank. I am by nature a very thrifty person, so I am excited to show you some of the things I found and some of the decisions we've made to just create the most kind of impact and wow, without having to spend fortunes on really fancy things. I'm so excited to take you guys along this journey. I believe the renovation is going to take from 6 to 8 weeks. I don't want to jinx that because I know everyone says triple it, but I have confidence in my contractor who I have worked with before. He's wonderful and I think that we can do it. I am uber organized. I have created checklists for each room and each space and what needs to be done from absolute start to finish, just to help guide the team because I can't be here all day every day project managing. So, and I'll insert a little picture of that here so you can see how I'm doing it. I also have pages and pages of Excel spreadsheets just to help guide this along and manage the project from a budget and timing perspective. But yeah, let me walk you through the place, and as I'm going through each little room and little niche, I will try and give you an idea of what I'm imagining. Things might change and evolve as we go along, that's okay. But yeah, I will give you a bit of a hint as to what we're aiming to do with the space, and hope you enjoy this journey as much as I'm going to. Right, let me take you on this little journey through the unrenovated space. So this is the entrance hall. You're looking through to the dining room and the lounge essentially, and here on the left is the old kitchen. So many old details that we are going to have to fix. We have our work cut out for us, but I am excited. You can see over here there are these old arches, so those are one of the things that we're going to be getting rid of. We are breaking through those walls to create an open plan space. This pokey old kitchen, it's not terrible, but we think it needs an overhaul, so this is all going to be ripped out. That wall that you can see in front of you is going to be going, and it's going to create a beautiful, big, open plan space. We've actually not moved too many things around. We haven't really replumbed or anything. It just saves time and money really, so this will remain the wet space, and we are going to be creating a sort of a stacked utility space there on the left. The fridge will go here, the stove will remain where it is now, which means we don't have to move the stove isolator or the extractor fan or anything like that. Creating a beautiful little moment there above the stove with some gorgeous tiles. This will become a gorgeous kitchen island with my Caesar stone top, and this will become our utility space with stacked appliances, so tumble dryer at the top, washing machine at the bottom, dishwasher on the right, and I just think that this is actually quite a nifty functional little space. So although the kitchen's small, it has everything that you need. These floors are also going to be going, we're pretty much gutting the place. So are these old lights. I will be replacing those with some downlighters. I actually really love this little outside courtyard space. It needs a little bit of greenery and some love, but imagine a little table out there, turning it into a potting station. I'm going to be adding a wash trough and plumbing on the left there just so that we've got a water source, but essentially everything you're seeing here is going to be opened up and opened out. So bashing down these walls, which is just going to make this feel so much more modern and so much more open, including that wall just on the left over there with the old little butler's nook. I don't know what you call that, butler's hole. These carpets are all going to be replaced with some gorgeous wannabe wood vinyl floors. These ceilings now, we don't really know what lies above the space. It would be a dream to expose the beams, not sure what that's going to look like, so we're going to have to just be a little bit fluid in this process and make some decisions on the fly, I think. But I just think having gorgeous vinyl wooden look floors throughout is also going to anchor the space really beautifully, because most of it's going to be white to make it look open and feel bigger, and those oak look floors are going to be stunning. This is now looking into what will be an office space. I think it's important to have that space more so now than ever, to be able to tuck away those more unsightly things like your files, your computer, and all of that. The floors will run parallel, again, just to make it feel longer than it is. These old doors I also think can be reimagined, given a little lick of paint and some love. We will be replacing that old window with some black aluminium frames. I'm probably going to paint these doors black, pop some new knobs onto them. They're kind of paying homage to this old place, and it would be nice to retain something old, but give it a new lease on life. Guys, these walls, they need a new lease on life more than ever. That's just the one element I can't live with. I can't stand these old stucco walls. I believe it was done because of the sand, or the gritty sand that they could access back in the day. They couldn't afford smoother sand to mix into the concrete, so hence why these popcorn stucco walls became a thing. I'm probably going to be using a board and batten technique on these existing door frames to just bring them into 2021, again replacing the knobs, so not having to incur major carpentry expenses there, but rather just use something existing and give it a new lease on life. Now to the right here, this is the guest bathroom. Gross! You can see why I am going to be gutting this and pretty much removing everything. We won't be keeping a bath in this room. This is going to be a spare bathroom. I am going to be putting a walk-in shower pretty much where you can see the bath now, tucked to the left, but removing everything else. In the middle of the space is where we will have the gorgeous new vanity that Jigsaw Collective are making for me, and then I will tuck the toilet just on the left. I have been using different architectural programs to play with these spaces, the layouts, the dimensions. I have tried every different iteration, and I think I've landed on something that works. They are small. I've had to be very clever and very thrifty, but I think they're going to look lovely. Also changing these windows, I think panes like that immediately date the space. So all of those little changes just making it feel a lot more modern, a lot more bright and airy. I've managed to source some gorgeous black sanitary ware bits from the Lasso range at Builders, which I also think makes it a bit more modern, as well as my gorgeous white tiles for along the walls. Those are also from Builders. I'm laying them in a Kit Kat fashion with some concrete look tiles for the floor. They're anti-slip, which I like. Now walking down the corridor into what will be the spare bedroom. Not changing up a hell of a lot here, I guess. We are ripping out the carpets, of course. That will be vinyl wannabe wood flooring as well. Probably going to be doing the same board and batten look on the cupboard doors. Might not do that at this stage. It might have to be a phase 2, budget dependent. But this room isn't having a hell of a lot done to it. So just looking back down there through to the dining room and then into what will be the master bedroom. These tiles are going, this old window frame is going, and this is going to be a sliding door just to allow for that inside-outside feel. Just imagine lying on your bed on a gorgeous summer's day in Josie and being able to step out onto what will be a decked terrace. This is now looking back through the closet. I'm again straightening that arch just to get rid of the 70s. And here you walk through the small closet space. We are going to have to get very creative with storage for my mom. She's probably going to have to spark a lot of joy with her cupboard, and that's now looking through into the bathroom. Again, tiny, guys. This is like I think 2.5 meters by 1.8 meters. It is tiny, but I've found a gorgeous little bath from Builders that will be going right on the end, so the opposite space to what you can see here. There, it will go along that wall, centered, getting rid of these old glass bricks. There is a special place in hell for those. The bathroom, the basin and the cabinet will go on the left-hand wall in the middle, and then we will be tucking a toilet into this little left-hand nook as well. We are plumbing for a shower head above the bath. I know it's not the ideal location, ideal setup, but my mom's a bather and we've plumbed for it anyway, so that if anyone wants to change this up in future they can, and we've allowed for it. Again, I'm doing a beautiful white mosaic tile, a big mosaic, 100 by 100 on the wall, and my concrete look tiles, anti-slip on the floor. I think it's really important to think about those moments. I actually slipped on my bathroom floor the other day and it instantly made me realize I had made the right decision with those tiles. Replacing that window as well, just with a beautiful fluted glass black aluminium from Jets. I managed to find a great supplier in Benoni who are helping me with all of my aluminium frames. This will be a stacked door out onto a deck that we will be building with a little built-in bench, just to again create that inside-outside living out onto this garden. Obviously you guys need to take this garden with a pinch of salt. My mom has got such green fingers, so this will be, you know, beautifully done and grown in eventually, but all the space that, well, a lot of the space that you're seeing now, including over the existing stock, will be decked. A little bit more modern, a little bit more space, a little bit more inviting, and I think, yeah, a space that sort of calls you outside to sit and read a book and to be entertained. This is looking back into the lounge where the TV will go. I have added new plug points there for that, and then we are also going to be adding a closed combustion fireplace to this little strip here. So this is the end of day one. I was here this morning and I did pop in at about 1 p.m. today just to go through some things with the guys, and they were motoring, absolutely motoring. It actually made me a little bit nervous because you want progress but you don't realize how much progress they can make in such a short time, which was pretty wild. So I'm here now at the end of the day. They have done as much as they can do for one day. The poor guys must be absolutely shattered, and I'm going to walk through the threshold with you guys to see what they've managed to achieve. Oh my goodness. It's all happening. It is unbelievable to see how much they can achieve in a day. And also what I'm loving is that you already start to get a feel for what the space is going to look and feel like. So obviously that was the wall that closed the kitchen off, and now it's giving you a feel for what this is going to look like when we have our little open plan galley kitchen. The kitchen island, I suppose, that will run a little bit in front of that wall line. We're stealing a teeny bit of space, so that will run there. Wow, sure. This is so exciting. It's day two. If I look tired and red-eyed, it's because I am. I battled to sleep last night just thinking about all of this and ideas and a million things, so red eyes today, but still feeling super optimistic and positive about everything, and so excited to see the amount of progress these guys have made. They really do motor. So yeah, onward, and I will keep you guys updated on the progress. Started breaking out the bathrooms. They sure do move quickly. And then across to the bedrooms. So this one's carpets are already out. And the master bedroom's entire tile flooring has already been removed. So things are looking up. Oh yeah, we have squared out that little edge, and then we still do need to remove that architrave and that whole bathroom there, so Things are happening. We are exactly a week into the project. As you can see, I'm just gonna have to lower myself because of the awkward positioning of the camera. As you can see, this is very much a building site. We have scaffolding in here today. And 1 week in, I am absolutely amazed at the progress that we've made already. This is just the most phenomenal team of builders. Nick from Manick Construction, big shout out to him. I've worked with Nick before. He helped me with my Ilova renovation, and he is just the most wonderful guy with the most wonderful team. Nothing is too much for them. They are yes people and they move so fast. So I really can't believe the progress that we've made already. I will be doing some flicks around and walks around with the camera while I'm chatting to you, just to update you on the progress 1 weekend, but I'm so amped. What I can say for sure though already is that, as happens with renovations, plans change, budgets change. We'll have to see if the timings change. If they manage to stick to the timing, I will be so impressed. But we encountered a little bit of an interesting situation, I suppose, in that when we removed the wall, well, there were 2 walls behind me that you can't see now because they have been taken down. But when we removed those walls, we realized that we were definitely going to have to replace the ceiling above the entire span of the dining room and lounge, just because the patching would look gross and they were slightly uneven. And when we ripped out the ceiling, we realized that what lay in the roof, so the rafters, the beams, the layout of that, the symmetry actually worked in terms of exposing the ceiling, which I always wanted to do, but it just felt, I was just convinced that whatever was hidden beneath the ceilings was just going to be, you know, obviously it hadn't been planned for 50 years ago when they built the place, and that it was probably going to be really asymmetrical, really dodgy, and that it wouldn't work. But actually we're working with a really beautiful frame. I'll show you some images of what I'm talking about now, but we've made the call to insulate the roof and the old roof tiles, which there are a couple of gaps. The old plastic that was up there was really tatty and shredded, so we're going to be sealing it with foam. I'm probably going to have ISO board installed between the rafters, which will just finish the space off neatly, and then we're going to paint it all white, and hopefully the space is just going to be transformed into this beautiful double volume exposed roof, airy, light, open plan space that it wasn't before. So that's really exciting, but obviously has come with extra challenges. We've now got to install not a fake ceiling, but another ceiling above the kitchen, because we do need a ceiling there because of the cabinets and the downlights that we've got. But I will now be using track lights instead of LEDs because we don't have a ceiling. And it obviously means that we've had to do some extra plastering at the sides of the walls, and we will be having to install a sort of a drywall partitioning up on the other sort of perimeter of the space, because you don't want to look into the ceiling in the very back. So yeah, that's so exciting, but I'm gonna do a walk around and give you guys a little tour of the demo that we face ourselves in 1 week in. The plumbers are busy, the electrician's busy. I can't believe how fast these guys are working, and it's also so amazing. I keep having to check myself just from an emotional perspective, but I think I've realized what it is. I'm not finding this part of the process stressful at all. And I think it's because for me, the stress is the more the financial stress around it, budget, planning, what is this all gonna cost? And I think once you've made peace with and have started paying what needs to be paid, and you know you're in for X and you can just crack on, spend the money and move forward, it alleviates a lot of the stress and the pressure, or for me at least. I mean, I say that, and I need to caveat that we may still uncover things that are unplanned for and unbudgeted for, and I'm sure that can be super stressful. But for now, I think we've planned for all the eventualities. We know what these extras are going to cost. And it's so cool just to be in a position now where we can get excited about the rest and, you know, see that progress. Geez, not even on a weekly basis. I'm seeing progress on a daily basis. I came in today and the roof had already been plastered on the one side, which I hadn't, or the wall, which I wasn't expecting. So it's just so nice to be in that position now where I'm starting to really enjoy this, the stress of making decisions and choosing finishes. You know, that box has been ticked. We've made those choices. We're in this now. The money has been paid or is being paid. And yeah, so really now I am just loving this. I'm here every day in the afternoons when I'm done with work, and I can steal a little bit of time away from kiddos and home, and I'm just finding this so exhilarating. So I hope this isn't my last renovation. If anyone wants to do this on a more permanent basis with me, please reach out. It would be my dream. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let me show you the rest of the progress we've made. This is me stepping into what will be the guest bathroom. And this is one of the unforeseen, I suppose, expensive and things, but better that we encounter it now, is we realized all of the old galvanized piping was actually so poor and was pretty much ready to burst. So we have made the decision to just replumb with brand new copper piping. I encountered the exact same issue in my previous old Lobo apartment. So this happens, it's par for the course, but I just think Nick's work is so magnificent. I mean, I'm obsessed with his copper piping. It's just, he's so neat and so talented. And yeah, the bathroom spaces are taking shape just in terms of placement. We are plumbing for the mixers, the showers, all those things now. And soon we will start with our tiling, our connecting, and all of that. Well, thank you for coming on this little walkthrough and journey with me today. 1 week into the reno. I'm so excited to see this all come to life. Let's hope it all goes smoothly, and I'll check in with you soon. Thanks for watching.